Alright, we got Drewz Viewz here, back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to anime. On Monday this time, I think. The first two episodes of the new series here came out on alternate days. Will I scrap the Anime Monday thing? I don't know. I like the ring to it, although someone commented a while back and told me that I think Adult Swim used to have like a Anime Monday block of programming, and they already used that pun. So it's not really original anyway, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, what do you think about that, Eric?
If you're feeling litigious, I can probably find a way to prove that we did it first, so it's up to you.
I would like it to go that direction. I have a feeling it was probably the other way. Like, I think this commenter was implying that they had it that, like, back years ago at this point, so.
Oh, okay, well then, years ago, it could be in the public domain.
So my lawyer will remove this section if it comes to it, because I gotta pretend I didn't know about that.
Right.
But Eric, how are you feeling about the new series, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, dub style? We watched the first two episodes, rewatch for both of us. Just to quickly reiterate, you've seen the first several episodes of the series already, then it'll start being fresh for you. I've seen the whole series. And we did, again, 1 and 2 last time, and today's episode 3. I think it's called The City of Heresy.
Something like that for sure. I think we said it on the last episode. I'm feeling good. It's a rewatch for me for the first 6-10 episodes, but then we will get into new material for me, which was always exciting. I'm ready to give it a chance. I'm ready to learn about life, death, and transfiguration. I'm ready to learn about metal.
Well, that's true. We did learn that Fullmetal last time. What it meant was like a bullet casing. Is that right?
That's correct.
Edward Elric is the bullet casing alchemist.
Just...
And he just claps the old hands. He does not use the circles that everyone else has to draw or have in some fashion. Everyone except him and apparently his teacher, who I haven't really met yet. But that
because he learned the secret to doing that from an interdimensional imp creature that called itself a lot of things, but also God.
God was in there. We talked about that a little bit, debating whether it is God, the higher power, or whatever. But it seems like it is. It's something that is above humans in this world.
What a weird thing for this show to bring up only once, I assume.
Bold prediction from Eric off. Yeah. You might be right. That's the only time we'll see it. Now, we also had the flashback element came in the last episode, the second episode, and you had a few criticisms to that style, or maybe not to the flashback style per se, but to some of how they did it, I guess.
I wouldn't describe the flashback as my favored storytelling tool, no. But it was more about the content of the show. I know because it caused me to bounce off of this last time I tried, that I'm going to get really tired of the my brother stuff.
No, he's my brother. He's all I have. You can't do this to me. That sort of thing.
It's like, at a certain point, it's not different from someone walking into the room and you saying, "James, how are you? My oldest friend. Do you remember what, like..."
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
You said something about, like, it's kind of like, because there's the whole thing about show, don't tell, and, writing. And you're saying
exactly.
It's tell, don't show, even though they were showing it at the same time. I think, didn't you say something like that? So
we are literally, yes, I believe I did say something stupid like that. We are literally watching it, so they are showing it, but you know what I mean.
No, and I think that's right, though. Like, that's why I brought it up again. Like, I think that's a good insight, that it kind of is like that episode, and some of the elements so far. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I obviously have fond recollections of this show. That's why I wanted to do it and watch it again. But I can't say that I think they move off of that pretty much, but maybe there's still all going to be elements throughout the whole series. I can't actually say. But yeah, our old friend Dr. Doom, who liked to opine a lot in our Utena reactions, go back and watch Revolutionary Girl Utena. Well, first of all, watch the anime in general. But then watch our reactions to it, me and Eric. That was the last show we did, which we had a good time with, and we had
a great time.
That's right. But Dr. Doom was maybe the most prolific commenter and they're on board with us for Brotherhood here. They commented saying they haven't seen it, but they're gonna come on. But they did agree with you that episode 2 they found a little grating as well. With
I figured they would.
yeah, and they also said that Edward was very impressed by Stu. Wait till he hears about sliced bread. So I won't spoil anything. Will Edward Elric eat bread this episode or in the series?
Or ever.
I can't. That's too much of a spoiler, so I won't go there. But I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, what happens in this episode? I only have really pretty vague recollections of it. I know there's something to do with the priest. I believe they are looking for the red, what's it called? Philosopher's Stone. The brothers think that that's going to help them, give them extra power to potentially get their bodies back, which is, of course, their primary goal at this point in the show here.
They're also going to the city where a mysterious, black-clad, devious-seeming characters were hanging out, so can't imagine that comes up again.
No, probably not, but just in case it does, we better, I guess, get into the old episode here. Let's go ahead and watch
Let's do it.
Understanding, deconstructing, and
This is the
reconstructing
same kind of intro we got last time, I
to
think.
create something.
Yeah, they're just gonna do this every time.
One wishes to obtain something.
At least for now. Look at those
This
creepy
is the
heads
law of
inside what I think was the stone there.
That was pretty metal. If you're
Human
looking for the
transmutation
full
is
metal
strictly
Alchemist,
forbidden.
that was pretty metal.
What could equal the
What are you guys, like street performers or something?
First to you.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Let's go, Al.
Goes an emissary out the smoke.
Easy, I didn't mean nothing by it.
Sorry. Watch and learn, Gramps.
Al is gonna alchemize the broken radio here. Oh, that's what you can do.
It's a miracle. You've been touched by the sun god, just like Father Cornello.
Alchemy.
Oh, so you two are alchemists. Right, I've heard of them.
The Elric brothers, you say?
Wait, I do know that name.
The Fullmetal Alchemist.
Wacky, you waving inflatable arm flailing guy. What is this? Nope.
Well, we got more little guy jokes coming up. Is there a raccoon in there as part of it?
We're 3 out of 3 on little guy jokes.
That's our leader, Father Cornello.
I don't think it's gonna end there. I will spoil that much.
Sun God Leto.
He grants eternal life to the souls of the faithful.
Sun God
He can even
Leto.
resurrect the dead. So this guy's claiming he can bring the dead back to life?
So I wonder if this priest is also doing some kind of attempting some kind of human doing what the boys did, essentially, kind of bring
that's
people
it,
back to life.
What do you think?
What's his son that you really have to worry about?
That's alchemy. No
Leto's
doubt about
going to die,
Somehow
but
he's ignoring the law of
his
the
son,
common
of course,
exchange.
there will be a holy war fought across the universe in his name, so.
it. It's changing organic matter into inorganic matter.
There's just one way.
Certainly, that is his Philosopher's Stone.
Merciful God, please hear me. Hear my prayer, I beg of you.
This is the almighty Leto. Nope, can't say I am. Not really the religious type.
Well, I'm
That's how
sorry
Jared
to hear
Leto
that.
starts off his dates off saying.
No comment on anything Jared Leto related.
I'm sure Leto would bless you and make you grow taller.
Brother, she's just trying to help.
Do you believe that's possible too? Water, 35 liters. Carbon, 20 kilograms. Ammonia, 4 liters.
It would be really fucking
Not
funny
very accurate.
if, like,
100 grams. And various
later
other
in the
trace
show we
elements.
find out that he just miscalculated, like, what's in a human body, and that it would have worked otherwise.
He got the calculations for like a month,
To
like
the
a
last
double month.
microgram, but still, there's never been one reported.
He's
case of
wrong by,
successfully
like,
creating a human life.
20 milliliters of one thing
Missed the
ruined
decimal
his
point,
life.
yeah.
And the prayers
So
of the
this
faithful shall
girl
be
seems to
answered.
be quite the believer.
And a kid could buy every one of them for the spare
She's real
change in his
into
pocket.
God.
As it turns out, humans are pretty cheap.
We are all children of God, created in His image.
Classic
Don't
science
believe in
versus
unprovable
religion.
concepts like creators or gods.
I would describe what he's doing as something closer to
Right.
magic than science,
To
but
do the application
go
of
off, King.
science.
Short King.
The science used to be considered like
You're stuck
magic.
on the same
kinda
level as God?
for people.
That's just sheer arrogance.
Any technology is sufficiently
Close.
advanced, etc.,
A
etc.
hero who flew on wings made of wax. Wings melted and he came crashing back down to Earth.
He's talking about himself.
Brother,
I'm sorry, miss.
But apparently
this is
they
difficult
have
for me to ask.
the story of Icarus in this world. more
Of
similar.
course, that's wonderful. If anyone can
Yeah.
lead you to the Creator's light, he can.
Cornello, there are visitors here who wish to see you.
Is that gonna come up again? Is this the real world?
They give their names as the Elder Brother.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, I'll spoil that too.
The Elrics?
People,
You're
I
sure
guess
that's what
they're-
they said?
It's
You're
not
positive?
planet Earth.
This is a problem.
But why would a state alchemist be here in Lior? Surely they can't have found out about...
Dog's nose is too sharp for his own good.
They're not leaving the mystery anymore whether this guy is bad news.
But you're in luck.
I wonder whether he's
Decided
really
to
a
spare
miracle
moment
worker.
for you.
Yeah, thanks. We understand.
Rose, these heathens have come to ensnare and discredit the Father. They're evil.
Well, like you said, let's make this quick.
I appreciate that they can do magic,
Motion.
and we've resorted to good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
Yeah, throwing his staff around.
Father Cornello!
I must apologize for my disciples' behavior. It would seem they've been misguided.
Okay, let's say I believe you weren't the one guiding them. What next? Second-rate alchemy to deceive your followers.
What you're doubting I see as alchemy are the miracles of the sun god Leto.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get at first. How can you perform transmutations that ignore the law of equivalent exchange? You'd somehow manage to acquire a certain object to amplify your alchemy, one that's said to make the impossible possible. I'm talking about the Philosopher's Stone. I've been looking for that.
The ring is just a ring.
Still trying to sell that line, huh?
So he's desperate to
Ma,
find
you
the
really are
Philosopher's
quite the
Stone.
incorrigible heathen, aren't you?
A Philosopher's
Rose, dear.
Stone.
Yeah, they think it's. They kind of talked about it last time, but they think it's gonna be. They think it has more power that's gonna allow them to
To give them their bodies
get their
back.
bodies back.
No!
So if I had to guess, he's definitely going to get this one off of this guy's hand, and it's not
My
going
word
to
is
crack
the
and
word of
disappear
Leto.
like the first guy's.
It's God's will. When you lost your fiance to that tragic accident last year,
Don't
who
exactly
was it
know what
that
happened with
saved
that
you from the
person.
very
It looks
depths of
appeared to
despair?
disappear, but it's actually gone.
It was you, Father.
Okay.
You said if I had faith, you'd bring him back to life. Be honest.
And I'm the Fullmetal Alchemist, it's not him! It's me!
One of the classic bits.
I have to do this. I don't have any choice.
He's
Should
been
have said it
lying
was
to
you,
you,
though.
Rose.
I should have said it was because he could take a bullet. I would have seen him in the suit. He would be fine.
Yeah, this
Fine,
didn't.
then shoot. Ow!
I shot him so hard that he disappeared.
Good. God Leto is pleased. You have done well, my child. Now pick up the gun and shoot the other as well.
We're 11 minutes into this episode.
Your head. I
Yeah.
thought you were.
Don't worry about it, he's pretty solid.
An empty suit of armor that walks and speaks? This unholy thing is an abomination.
To be fair, that is what I said in episode 1.
Ooh,
Chimera should be up
Chimera.
to the task.
Twisted. Anyway, looks like I'll need a weapon.
good animation there on the Priya's face with the lighting.
No transmutation circle?
Yeah, they've been cutting some corners elsewhere in the episode to do that one frame. Like how Al always turns into just a gray
Chimera
blob.
claws that tear through iron.
You shredded
That's
my
typical
pants.
animation. Luke.
Good against steel.
Fight him, you stupid beast!
You like that, kitty?
I see. You did it, didn't you? The one thing even the most novice alchemist knows is strictly forbidden.
I'll show you real quick who the novice is.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Why don't you come down here and try me?
This is the price of their sin. The greatest taboo for any alchemist.
Thank God she's there for him to
Yeah,
explain
yes,
this to us.
Is what happens when you try to play God, or whatever you want to call it.
Not even half a man. Hell, not even
That's
half a
rude.
boy.
And what are you?
I just want you to hand over the stone before you get hurt.
If you fools are really so eager to play God, then perhaps I should send you to beat him instead.
Edward already did, kind of.
So you're saying that he's
Me
God.
and God, we don't get along too well. Even if I went.
Well, Edward thinks it is at least.
And they're after them. These heathens seek to harm the order.
That's far enough. What are you gonna do, boy? You're unarmed and outnumbered.
They turned into F.
Don't go easy just because he's a kid. You got that?
I like the dance
Why do you
running
think I
animation.
couldn't care that you were in the way?
But that's because what he said back there is true, isn't it?
All we wanted was to see our mom smile again, but our transmutation failed.
Just got the decimal point wrong on the nitrate.
We learned our mistake the hard way. Not ever.
That's not true.
The price of even a failed human transmutation was enormous.
We just learned all this in the flashback episode. Why is it happening again? Are they just not...
It cost me
This is part of why I
more.
bounced off of it. They're just never going to stop having this particular conversation.
They will, but yeah, it's
His
pretty
life had
heavy
been
in the early
taken. He
episodes.
was
I guess.
bleeding, bonded me to this suit of armor. He wants to find a way to get me back to normal too. But that's the path we chose. All we can do is keep moving.
He said he could do it. He promised me. It doesn't mean he will.
There you are, you infernal brat!
Look, can we just cut the crap and talk here? What I need to know, and I'll be on my way. Or we could get the military involved.
Okay, Bond villain.
Ask her questions.
He is a little Bond villainous.
Why waste all that power performing phony miracles?
I can attract new believers to the Order. Believers who would lay down their lives. In a few more years, I'll be ready to unleash this mindless horde upon the world. And I'll use the Philosopher's Stone to tear
Speaking
this
of Bond
country
villain,
apart.
why would you say any of this?
What are you laughing about?
I knew it. You really are a novice, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You don't mean that!
He lied to you. He lied to everyone.
How long has that been on?
From the start?
How could you?
Even the
You'll pay
dog
dearly for
is
this.
aghast.
As you should.
Just face it, you're outclassed here. It's a rebound.
What's a rebound?
Now, boy, behold!
I'm not sure. Actually, I guess it's he has a auto mail arm too. I guess so maybe that's the rebound.
My fist is the almighty fist of judgment!
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It's supposed to be perfect material. How did it just break like that?
I don't know anything about it. Spare me!
Damn fake.
Please don't! I'm helpless without the stone!
Risked our lives for this one possible chance. And it's a fake?
I don't care what you do! Just get out of here!
And what about the stone?
A phony, just like him.
So if it breaks, it is a fake Philosopher's Stone? But it still had the power to do the things that he was doing.
Theoretically, that's some power, I guess. Or does he just think it's giving him the power, but he was really doing
Liar!
stuff
You want to
himself?
keep
I'm
it
not
for
sure.
yourself, don't you?
We don't know yet how he got that or gave it to him.
You shut up! People don't come back from the dead, Rose. Not ever.
He said if I prayed it would happen. A miracle. Left, what am I supposed to believe in now? Please!
Do you think it means anything that Edward and Rose have the exact same bangs?
Stand up and walk.
Means the animators like that style of hair.
You've got two good legs. You're strong enough to make your
I'm
own
not sure.
path.
It could.
If I see those bangs again, I will point it out.
Well, did you see any similarity between the two characters in general?
No, they
That
were
damn brat, it's all ruined. Everything I worked for.
pretty much opposed. Oh, there's my girl.
I knew we should have just incited a little rebellion.
I'm hungry, lass. Can I eat the old man, please? He's big and fat.
Not this one, Gluttony. We don't want you giving yourself indigestion.
Won't stand for.
Okay, bro.
I'd say this concludes our business. Just as things were beginning to look promising, too. Father won't be pleased. In any case, it's time we started thinking about our next move.
He doesn't care about that indigestion. Alright, I don't think this one has a post-credits either. The heretic fraud priest was put up to it by those two. We saw them at the end of at the end of episode 1 as well. So they're put up to it by, or he was put up to it by, obviously he seemed to, he wanted the power and all that stuff anyway, but it was not just his idea. These people, or whatever they are, were backing the Father Cornello there. Did they give him that fake Philosopher's Stone also?
Yeah, I would assume that that's true. Why would they not have, you know?
So you pointed it out, but this was kind of a repetitive episode with the themes and what's telling us stuff we already know. I guess that is a pretty solid criticism of this one. And yeah, I do remember this one. Now that I remember watched it again, I do remember it. It wasn't one of my favorite episodes of the series, that's for sure. But I guess I like the Rose character. Like, I like that element of showing like its effect on real, just everyday people. This kind of science versus religion thing and the combination of them. You're saying it's like magic, which maybe it kind of is, but obviously that Edward thinks it's like pure science. He's like a scientist essentially, and clearly real world illusions with religious. A lot of religious organizations get accused, I would say, of lying to people or giving them false hope, which is the whole thing in this time. I do think maybe they could have combined episode 2 and 3 a little bit more somehow, and then not had to see.
And I do hear you on the
same stuff, but
the need to show us like alchemy exists in this world. How does that affect civilians? Just a little lame. I don't know when this manga came out, but like people arguing over whether like God or science did something in their life. It feels very middle school, you know?
I guess. I mean, a lot of shows have that.
For sure. Going.
I mean, it was written like I think throughout the whole.
Right. Which is, like, I was in middle school in the early
2000s. And you weren't writing this, so who are you to cast?
They didn't say anything like that devastating or cogent, right? They just kind of stated their points at each other over and over again. So it's not like, I don't know. I didn't find it very compelling philosophically, you know? And that's part of what I bounced off.
No,
yeah,
it's just dramatically speaking, I think it works okay.
Sure. Yeah.
This character is devastated, like, what am I supposed to do now? That sort of thing. Which is probably how a lot of people feel. And I think it did, although it was repetitive, it did kind of, we got Al's perspective a little more when he was talking to her directly without Edward there, and like what he thinks about it. It was similar, but it was a little bit more interesting to hear what he's saying. And I think they're just kind of really hammering home the point that they're trying to get their bodies back, but they're not. They really believe that people can't come back to life now, and they're not going to try that again. Which I guess was maybe not 100% clear after the second episode, even though all that bad stuff happened. Yeah, so I think that's part of the point. But yeah, I do anticipate from this point on that we'll get some newer elements in, and then some more developments with the ongoing storyline. This was kind of a side track over to this other city. I mean, it's interesting too, seeing, I guess, like, what do these people weren't in this. They're not in Central, which is where we were in the first episode, where they took the train from, where they're like stationed, basically, as where Edward's stationed as the Fullmetal.
Right, they're in a new city. They're in a smaller city closer to the frontier.
Where the people, I mean, have heard of alchemy, I guess, and heard its name, but they don't seem to have. They're obviously, that city was getting more easily swayed for some reason.
Right.
With this religious element, so that's interesting to think about as well. Yeah, we'll see if there is a real Philosopher's Stone. I don't know if we've seen it yet. I mean, both the ones, they did kind of crumble and disappear, so...
I would guess that the hunt for a real Philosopher's Stone may consume an entire arc of the show.
It just may do that. Now, let's see what the next one is going to be called. I think the next one might be a bit of a banger of an episode. I feel like, unless I'm mistaken, that if it's the one I'm thinking of, I think it's where like the series starts kind of getting like, oh damn, like, you know, takes another twist, and I feel like it's the one that got me more.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for something intense to happen.
It is called An Alchemist's Anguish, so I don't think the drama is gonna stop with the city of Paris.
You know me, wearing all black. You know how much I love Anguish.
But you've probably seen that one as well, since we've been saying you've seen the first kind of arc here, maybe even. All right, well, we'll be back for that next time. Is there anything else you wanted to point out from this one?
I got nothing, man. That was an episode. I would say,
all right,
3 episodes into Utena, because of the opaqueness of like what the fuck is going on, I was already like, let's fucking go. Let's like figure this out. Let's sprint to the end here. And possibly partly because I've already seen 6 to 10 episodes of this and did not like those. I don't know. I'm waiting for it to grab me like it has grabbed so many people.
I think for me it's with and it is like kind of the anti-Utena in that it's like there is a lot of like twist and direct plot things. It's not just so thematic. So yeah, that's where, but like I was just saying, I think the next episode might be the one that kind of hooks me more. So we'll see if you have a reevaluation here, but
can't wait.
Until then, we'll be up out of here. Peace.